Release now, and in Japan, voters are heading to the polls today in a high-stakes upper house election that could determine the future of Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba's leadership. Some voters highlighted their concerns. Let's first have a listen to what they said.
私は年金所得者なので生活をしています。なので今どんどん年金が下がってきてしまっているので、まあ払ってる方もたくさん、私たちも払ってきましたけれど、そこが一番厳しいかなとちょっと思う。
今からのこの先の経済というところと、今の国民の生活の状況をどう変えていただく。
Well, with half of the 248 seats up for election, the Liberal Democrat Party and Komeito need to secure at least 50 seats to maintain their majority. But low public support and recent setbacks have put the coalition on shaky ground. Japanese media warns that the coalition is unlikely to meet its target, raising questions about the future viability of Ishiba's government. Well, we do welcome Dr. Satoru Nagao, a fellow at the Hudson Institute from Tokyo, Japan, on the programme to discuss this election and its significance as Japan heads to the polls. Dr. Nagao, as always, thank you for joining us. Let's just look at the overall significance of this vote. Of course, it's an upper house vote. A proportion of seats are up for grabs. But why is it so key for Ishiba and Japanese politics that this vote goes their way?
Yes, this is very important because last time in the lower house elections, the ruling party has already lost the majority. So now the ruling party, Liberal Democratic Party, cooperate with the other opposition party to form the government. But now the upper house election is coming. So, and there is a possibility that the ruling party will lose the majority in the upper house too. So in the both lower house and upper house, there is a possibility ruling party lose the majority. In this case, such kind of the situation will affect the attitude of the opposition party. If opposition party will not cooperate with the current ruling party, Liberal Democratic Party, the government will change. And if the government will maintain the ruling status, but still the ruling party, Liberal Democratic Party, need to concede more to the opposition party. It is expected. That's why this election is very important to change the attitude of the current government, Japanese government. That will happen, people expected. That's why this is very important.
Yes, and Dr. Nagao, what is the impact of geopolitical situations like the ongoing wars, tensions, of course, around the South China Sea and wider region that impact Japan, but also Trump's tariffs? How is that playing a part potentially in these elections?
This election will affect very much because of the leadership of the current government. If the current Ishiba administration losing the leadership, losing the power of the leadership in the parliament, he cannot decide something bold. For example, in the negotiation with the United States, even if the current Ishiba government want to concede more, but without the support from the opposition party, they cannot implement it. So that's why the agreement is rely on the opposition party. So same things could happen when the Japan face China. So without persuading the opposition party and the ruling party at the same time, the Prime Minister cannot decide anything. This means that Japan's decision-making demand more longer time to decide something. That is important. So Japan cannot show the strong leadership because the lack of the majority in the parliament. That will happen. And that will happen not only in the lower house, but also the upper house. That is a concerning point in the geopolitically.
Yes, and Dr. Nagao, to bring an end to our discussion, can you provide some context on public opinion and why there has seemingly been a shift and what you think that could mean for these elections? Of course, results are not yet out and we await those, but predictions and polls have given a narrative.
This is important in this view from the current flow of the situation. The price rise will affect the result of the election, I think, because for example, the price of rice is representative of the price rise. Last 1 year, the price has nearly becoming the double. So in the April 2024, that was $13 per 5 kilogram. In April this year, this is $26. So that is the situation. So completely double. So and after that, the Ishiba administration's agriculture minister faced a scandal because despite such kind of situations, he said he haven't bought any rice because many people present him. So that was the scandal and he resigned. So under the new agriculture minister, who is a very famous and popular young politician, Shinjiro Koizumi, who could be the alternative of the Prime Minister Ishiba in the future. But under him, the price was becoming a little bit lower and people enjoyed this situation. But still, the price is relatively high because 5 kilogram is $23.5. So this means compare with $13 1 year ago, not double, but a little bit moderate, but high. So that's why under such kind of situation, view from the flow of the situation, the current government faces a tough situation. People do not want to support the current government. That's why ruling party is losing the majority in the upper house also.
Yes, Dr. Nagao, you will be staying with us, and of course here on NewsX World we will bring you all of the updates from that upper house election.